Hello. We are who we are, partly depending on which groups we belong to. My name is Erik Hemming and I work for the Åland University of Applied Sciences in Finland. And the groups that we belong to, as you can see one example of here, it determines also how strong the groups are in our lives. If we are depending a lot on our groups, then we can be said to have a collectivist culture. And if we are fairly independent from the groups, then we are more individualists. It seems to have something to do with the level of industrialization in the country. The more industrialized, the more individualistic people get. And this is a rapid change in culture, it seems. As you can look back on your parents, maybe on your grandparents, they were more depending on their families than what you might be. Okay, this picture here, it was taken in Manila when I was there in the Philippines once. Very collectivistic culture. And here a lot of people seem to be happy, but they shouldn't be really, because they have to tear down their own homes and leave that place where they stand because a rich person has bought their land and wants to build something on it. This diagram here shows differences between countries on this individualism, collectivism dimension. And it concerns what people would do if they saw a friend of theirs hitting a pedestrian with her car or his car. Would they really tell the police then that the friend really did this? Or would they say that they didn't see anything really, in case they actually did see something? Well, as you see here in Venezuela, then people would not tell the police about this accident. Whereas down in Switzerland, 97% would do that. And the meaning of this is maybe then that people in individualistic societies, they have replaced then their loyalty with their family and their friends with the loyalty to the government in some cases. In some happy cases maybe, because the government is supposed to be universally just to all citizens, should be treated the same way. And this is something which individualistic societies really want. And the collectivism then is connected with corruption to some extent. But what can you do? You know, if you can't trust your own government because it hasn't really developed in a just way, then you have to rely on your family and your friends in order to survive. And you have to give them something, and maybe you can take that from someone else. So it is linked to the way societies have developed, democracy and all that too. How can you vote for somebody that you have to decide who you like if you're not individualistic? If you wanted to hear what everyone else is voting for and then maybe vote for the same as everyone else. That's something which is not really in line with the ideas of democracy. I would like to show this picture of a music group from Sweden in the 70s, I think it was. When I was young, people went to places and danced to the music of these kinds of clowns. And they, as you see here, they have very much all the features of a real group. You know, they share the same symbols. They have more or less the same expression in their face, and it is very clearly a group. And if you think of a tight group, and maybe you belong to one, or maybe you have, some associations to some tight groups, then you can realize how that influences your own, how your own personality. Because in the groups you have the set roles, you have the set norms, what is okay or not okay, and the identity of the group, that is the culture of your group, is really something which you have to relate to. And the group has values, and it has beliefs, what really is the reality. And there are certain topics that you can talk about in your group, and things that you laugh at in your group, but maybe not otherwise. And what is politically correct, PC, is also depending on the group. I will tell you something more about groups in my next video, and something which goes along with it, which is maybe competing with other groups. So, see you.